it's me, Pan42 Tarot, but you can call me Pan. Woo! Welcome to our reading today. Today's reading is going to be a conversation with the fairies. Because I like fairies and I like working with them and they're super cool. And yeah. So a lot of people are iffy about fairies. I've never had a problem with them. Probably because I grew up kind of around them. But they're definitely a energy that's a very fun, childlike, but also a little bit tricksy kind of energy. So as long as you accept them for who they are and, have fun with them and accept their help and also give them shiny little things, they're great. I love them. So, today's reading we're going to do, it's going to be a little bit of a bigger spread, just for funsies. And it's going to be a fairy ring and it's going to be super cute. Anyway, so this first deck that I'm using to call in you guys to each pile is my Heart of Fairy Oracles. And we're just going to see what fairies pop out and see which one you're drawn to most. Yay! I love fairies, guys. They're really cool. They also, they have, I'm not sure if this is totally accurate, but normally in D&D, fairies have true sight. So fairies, although they like to trick other things, they cannot be easily tricked. So they're very good to ask when you're in a tricksy situation, if there's some hidden things going on. They're also just, they see a lot of beauty in everything. So I like fairies, guys. So I also just wanted to use all of the fairy cards I own. So we're gonna just have a lot of fun with this reading today. So what fairies would like to come out for each pile today? Let's see. Oop, that one. What else? Who else would like to? That one. That one. And one more, guys. One more fairy, please. Oh, geez, that's too many. We're going to take this one, because that one fell in my lap. And put this away. Thank you so much. Okay, so these are our 4 groups. I also have just some little rings and pretty shiny things, because fairies love pretty shiny things, to try and draw you in. So our first group is going to be the Lady of Unicorns. Oh boy, this is the first time I'm manually focusing. Let's see if I can do it. Nope, there she is. There's the Lady of Unicorns. This is group number 1, and you guys are gonna have the stag ring. I don't know if you can see it. Here we go. The stag ring. Ooh, there we go. The stag ring is really pretty. So that's group number 1. Today, group number 2, we have the Queen of Hearth and of Home. And you guys are going to have this beautiful ring, which has a malachite stone in it. So that's group number 2. Group number 3 is the Lady of Leprechauns. Wow, we're getting all the ladies today. And that one I think is this. This is a necklace. Let's see if I can show it to you well enough so you can see it. Here's a dark part of the card. It's a bunch of little mushrooms and a moon. It's super cute. Lady of Leprechauns. And our last group is number 22, the Maiden. And she has this beautiful lotus ring. Yeah, so pretty. Okay, so those are your 4 groups. I'm gonna refocus on the table. Maybe. There you go. So these are your 4 groups. Choose whichever one speaks to you most. Oh, I didn't say what the numbers were, but group 1, the number on the card is 41. Group 2, the number is 7. Group 3, your number is 40. And group number 4, your number is 22. Those are some good numbers, guys. So I'm going to leave this here for a little second so you can look at them. And I'll see each of you guys in your groups, okay? See you over there. Hi, group number 1. You guys picked the Lady of Unicorns and this beautiful stag ring. It has a moonstone in it. It's really beautiful. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read this card out of the book for you so that we can kind of get like into your reading. So this card is card number 41, the Lady of Unicorns. Belief, magical connection, and guardianship. This is the Lady of Belief and Longing. The unicorn, a symbol of purity, grace, and love, is under her guardianship. She is the keeper of our longing to connect with magical beings. She holds our need to believe, and she cherishes it. Belief is such an important part of living a true and magical life. Belief helps us overcome depression and despair, and it can lead us towards a brighter future. Give her your longings, and she will keep them in care for you. Come to her when you need to be reminded of the importance of what you believe in, and she will restore that belief for you. That's lovely. Okay, so that is the first card of your reading. We're going to put this over here. This is a bigger reading, guys. It's got 8 cards. It's called the Fairy Ring. I kind of made this one up a little bit. I was inspired by a couple of different readings and kind of put them all together. So, this deck I'm using is my Mystic Fairy Tarot. It's a beautiful one. All right, fairies. What do you have to say to group number 1? All right. We're going to stop there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I did too much decorating and not enough room for cards. It's okay. Typical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. All right. So, this card at the top is what we're going to start with. And this card represents the offering. How are you personally attracting the fairy? Ooh, we have the Tower card. Boy, that's fun. Okay, so how are you attracting the fairy? Well, you're in a bit of turmoil. The fae are like they're like, they're nice, but also mean. So they do like to watch a good disaster happen. And the Tower card is really about just the foundations of your world kind of falling apart, and unforeseen circumstances tearing it apart and building you back up. So you're attracting them because you're in a bit of a crisis. It could be a little crisis, it could be a big crisis. Sometimes fairies like to fuck with you when you're in crisis. It's just not very nice, but it's just kind of in their nature. So that's how you're attracting the fairy. The second card is the greeting. This is what the fae would like to say to you. They're saying hello. Aww. You've got the Page of Pentacles, which in this deck is the Knave of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is all about learning. It's about it's the student card in a good way. You're a perpetual student. You're perpetually learning. You have an open mind to accept knowledge. This card I really personally love because it's a joy in learning, and God, I love to get obsessed about stuff. So the Page of Pentacles, this is their greeting to you. They're saying hello, curious natured person you must be, because if you weren't curious, you wouldn't be checking out what the fairies were going to say to you. So this is their little hello to you. It's a little mischievous. This little rascally fairy is eating some not even ripe berries. She's definitely going to have a tummy ache later. But it's a cute little hi there, hi buddy, kind of hello. Super cute. So the next card we have for you is the Unseen. What is hidden? Now, I said earlier, they have a way of seeing through bullshit. So this is their little hint to you about what's going on behind the scenes. And we have the Justice card. Interesting. So what's hidden from you? Justice. So what I'm seeing with this card is maybe what's hidden from you is how to resolve a situation. What is fair is what is being hidden from you. What you can't see is the Justice is blind. Look, she's blindfolded in this image. So what can't you see? You can't see justice. You can't see the solution. You can't see, something is hidden from you that would not fix this situation, but would help you kind of balance the scales a little bit. So what is hidden? The answer. The answer is hiding from you. I think probably because whatever this soul-rocking event is, it's supposed to teach you something. So you can't have the answer right away because you have to learn the answer. Which sucks. I'm a give me the answer kind of person, so I totally boo. But sometimes you have to do the work or you won't ever come up with the solution. So there you go. So the next card is about the message. This is what the Fae want you to know. This is what they want you to know. So we have the Three of Cups. Oh, that's so sweet. So what do the Fae want you to know? They want you to know that there's companionship out there for you. And they want you to know that working as a team is possible. They want you to know that you're not alone. Even in your blindness, you're not alone. Most of us are blind. Most of us have no idea what we're doing. We're just making it up, guys. Everybody's just making it up. So we're all struggling. Oh man, we're all struggling. So what do they want you to know? Their message to you is Three of Cups energy. Three of Cups energy is, it is teamwork. It's in the Thoth deck, which is a totally different deck than this, you'll see three cups pouring into each other, so that they're always full because they're always all pouring into each other. And that's the idea of this. It's friendship and love and companionship that is supportive for everybody in the picture. For everybody. It's not one-sided. It's a true companion is not the right word, but that's the word I have right now. So it's a true companionship of multiple people working together to create something beautiful. Maybe not create, maybe just exist. You don't always have to be creating. But they want you to know that their message is that this exists, that you should work towards it, that it is worth, it's worth going after. Even though you're in this situation and you might feel blind to justice, to how to solve something, it's, you know what? They want you to know, not only are there like regular people in your life, but the Fae want you to know that you could work with them too. Yeah, you could work with them too in this weird situation you're in, because the Fae are good at getting out of stuff. if this situation requires a fair solution, maybe the Fae aren't the ones to work with, but if it requires a solution that's creative, now, then the Fae are definitely the people you want to work with, because they are magically good at getting out of sticky situations. It's why, like, there's so many stories about having to get out of fairy contracts because they're so good at putting little weird things into their contracts that, you know, trick you right into getting stuck. But the Fae are equally as good at noticing those things, which is why they're very hard to catch. So yes, there are, you're not alone. There are people who can help. There are people who can help. So don't look at it as something you have to do all by yourself. There are people out there to help you. Okay, the focus. What do you need to be aware of? What do you need to look at and be aware of? We have the Queen of Wands. Ooh, I love the Queen of Wands. So, the Queen of Wands she's all about passion. She's very sexual. She's very, passionate. She is the queen of her own passions. She's also normally the queen of the witches, and they say that because she normally has a cat with her. But this Fae, she is dressed as a shaman, and that's super cool. So what do they want you to focus on? They want to focus on the things that make you passionate. So their greeting to you was hello learner, hello student, hello person who wants to learn. If you want to learn through this hard time you're in the middle of, you need to focus on the things that give you a passion for life, that steer you, that drive you, that motivate you. I have a really hard time with motivation myself, so I totally understand this. They're saying there's stuff that is going to take this tower and put you in a bad spot, put you in a spot where you want to crawl under a rock and hide because you see no clear solution to it. But they want you to focus on what makes you passionate, what lights your fire, what is it that makes you want to keep going. Because to get through this hard time, to get through this big change, this big life-altering change, you need to focus in on what will get you through it, what will motivate you to the next step, so that you're not wallowing and stuck in just the grief of losing something. Because normally the Tower card is about a change or losing something, or things crumbling down around you. So what can you focus on that instead of bringing you down, brings you to a place of, what can I learn from this? What can I gain from this experience that I didn't have before? So focus on the things that bring you passion, that bring you excitement to keep going, even though it's hard. Those are the things you should focus on. Aww. So the next card is the obstacles. What obstacles are you going to face? And we have the Five of Cups. Okay, yeah. This makes a lot of sense. So the Five of Cups is about grief. So yeah, that makes total sense with this reading. So if you're losing something, if you're losing the foundation of what you believe, or something like that, it is going to grieve you. It is going to cause you grief. The trick is, again, going back to this Queen of Wands card, is to not focus so hard on the grief that you get lost in it, that you get buried by it. Instead, what you want to do is focus on the hope. You want to focus on the hope. But this grief is going to be a real big obstacle. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck. It's going to really knock you down some days. It's going to really knock you down some days. And on those days, you really need to be kind to yourself, because grief is really, it's a kicker. It's a curb stomping kicker. So don't toxically positively focus on the positive. Allow grief to happen. It's an obstacle that you can overcome. Don't wallow in it, but experience it. Don't deny that it's happening, because denying that it's happening can make it so much worse. It can make it last for so much longer to deny that you're grieving, that you're sad. Experience it, understand it, go through the process of letting it go. I could talk about that for a long time. I'm not going to right now, though. So, yeah. So this obstacle of grief, it's an obstacle. It's going to suck. Take care of yourself. Let yourself grieve. Understand that this grief is real. And even if it's something silly, like I don't know, you didn't get to take the class you really wanted to take in college or something like that. You had your heart set on it. It's still something you're going to grieve the loss of, even though you never really started it. You know, it's still a bummer. You can still be bummed about it. You're a human. You're allowed to experience emotions, and you should. By denying that the emotion exists, we give it more power. Anyway, continuing on. Number 7, this card here is what help the Fae can give you. And there we have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, I love this. So the help the Fae can give you is romance, beauty, romanticizing. The Knight of Cups is the most romantic knight. They are the knight in shining white armor. God, they're beautiful. And I love the Knight of Cups. But that's because I'm super romantic. Anyway, the Knight of Cups, so what can the Fae offer you to help? They can help you believe. Ooh, tying back to the Lady of Unicorns, they can help you believe in magic, in romance, and beauty. They can show you the beauty. They can show you the beauty in this tower moment, in this darkest hour when you're like, everything is tumbling, I am in so much pain and grief. They can light your fire. They can show you the one thing, the couple of people that keep your passion alive so that you can get through it. And not just get through it, you can be better on the other side of it. Which is, that's so cool. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's great. Yeah, Knight of Cups. They can show you. And not only that, like the Knight of Cups, ooh, sorry, I just scratched myself. Anyway, the Knight of Cups is also like all about all of the emotions. So the Fae can help you through all of this emotion you're feeling, because there's obviously a lot of emotion. We have 3 cups and the Queen of Wands. Like, there's emotion. There's a lot of emotion. So the Fae can help you through these emotions by showing you the beauty in even having them. There's a really cute thing in like Peter Pan lore that like Tinkerbell can only experience one feeling at a time. Well, we're people. We're much bigger. We can experience all of the emotions at the same time. Everything can be true at once. You don't have to limit like your brain to like grief. Grief is all there is. Yes, grief is there, but also there's this really cool concert you want to go to, and you're going to have a great fucking time there. Like, so, we're people. We can experience the yes and. The everything is falling apart, and I want to learn more than I know now. Everything is sad, and I'm super passionate about this new obsession of mine. You know, we get to yes and, which is a magical thing that only people can do. So, this last card is their farewell to you. The last little message that they have. Oh, that's gorgeous. We have the Empress card. I love the Empress card. I'm personally a Taurus, so I relate to this card. So, the Empress, their farewell to you is, you are beautiful, you are abundant. You may not feel that way right now. You may feel like you're in a dark night of the soul. You may feel like everything is falling apart around you, that there's no answers, but you're beautiful. And if you are willing to go into this energy of the Empress and receive, you're going to receive the ability to focus on your passion, to find people who will help you. In your time of need, you do, I know that like our instinct is to go, 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 give, give, give. But in your moment of need, maybe it's time for you to be the one receiving, the one getting the love and attention that you need, because you are in the process of a transformation of some kind, and you are in the process of getting rid of some grief. You are in the process of learning brand new things about yourself. So it is time for you to receive from the universe, from the Fae, from everybody. That's a hard energy to be in sometimes, because we feel like we have to achieve all the time in our society. But I think their parting message of farewell is believe in yourself and love yourself. Like, do a lot of self-care through this process of transformation, because, and I don't just mean like bubble baths and whatever. I mean like doing some work on yourself, like maybe some meditation, maybe you go to a therapist, maybe we read a self-help book, maybe we even just watch some YouTube videos that help us understand ourselves and how to better take care of ourselves and our mental condition, and also like our toenails. I don't know, like whatever makes you feel cared for, let's explore that and give it to ourselves. Okay? Can we do that? Yeah. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna do, I have another fairy oracle deck that I'm going to use. I'm gonna get a message from that one, and I might pull one more from my Heart of Fairy oracle too, but let's do this one first. So, this is my Fairy Wisdom oracle deck. She's very pretty. It's done by the artwork is done by one of my favorite artists. I have a whole coffee table book of her fairies. They're gorgeous. And this deck is super cute and new, and I love it so much. Anyway, so fairies, do you have any parting messages of beauty or hope, or I don't know, whatever. What do you want to say? What? What do you want to say, fairies? What is the last parting message you have for us? Oh, you got two. Okay. So we'll do these two. We have 21 Magnolia. Beautiful. And we also have 54 Earth Elemental, or Element. So I'm going to read you these two. Ooh, they're really pretty. Okay. So I'm going to read you these two. We're going to read Magnolia first. 21 is the number, in case you're a numbers kid. So, Magnolia, the keyword is focus. Ooh. Delicate pink and white flowers dance in the air's breath. Could it possibly be as beautiful and serene as it appears? The reality is yours to create. Are you designing your reality? Is your life unfolding the way you wish it to? Is what others see a clear representation of who you really are? Do you live from your authentic self? Where do you place your attention? On the negatives or the positives? Remember that you attract what you focus on. Oh my gosh, I just listened to a podcast about this. Anyway, your focus is what creates your reality. Learn to trust in your good. Know that you are worthy of all that is wonderful and abundant, hello, the Empress card, simply because you exist. Acknowledge that you are loved and treasured by Spirit. Breathe in the lovely scent of the magnolia as you do, and know that you're breathing in the breath of Spirit. Think clearly about what it is you wish to manifest into your life. Place your focus on these things that you desire. It does not matter if they are material or spiritual. Both serve to teach us to love ourselves and others. Aww. Here's the little chant that they have for this card. I believe in the love of Spirit. I believe in my good. I am abundant in all things. Life rewards me at every turn. I am good. I am a part of God. I am one with all that is, and I shall never want. I create my life with trust and with joy. So be it. And then the last little thing here says, try on someone's glasses today. That's so cute. The second card you've got is number 54, the earth element. And the key word here is grounded. Earth sustains us. It gives us everything we need to physically survive. Its beauty gives us much of what we need spiritually as well. Earth provides us with a stage on which we can act our life stories, growing and learning as we do. We are the shepherds of the earth along with the elementals. It is our duty and privilege to do our best to protect Mother Earth. We can honor her by protecting wildlife, vegetation, water sources, and her air. If the earth cannot drink or breathe, neither can we. If we follow these acts of respect, we will be grounded. Honoring the earth is the ultimate grounding. It is important to recognize that act of just coming to earth is a grounding act. There are many ways to enjoy the calming effects of grounding. Try meditating, drumming, chanting, walking in the woods, hugging a tree, petting an animal, or perhaps wading in a stream. Try to spend as much time out in nature as possible. If you can't be outside, then bring nature inside. A stone, a feather, or a flower, whatever strikes your fancy. And I'm going to read you the chant for this one too. I call upon the winged ones to come and chant with me. Bring fairy dust to sprinkle round the ancient tree. Bring a drum to play in honor of the earth. Upon her we have come today to celebrate her birth. A time to heal her wounds and pamper her with love. We ask the angels to play for us a harp from above. Today we cast old spells away and that kept her in the dark, and to a better life for her today we do embark. So be it. Spend some time outside today. Oh, that's so sweet. Especially since we were talking all about self-care and all of those other things. So, thanks for doing this reading with me, you guys. That was beautiful. I loved it. The Fae really came out for you today. Well, please like, comment, and subscribe if you liked it. Push the little thumbs up if you really liked it. Also, just if you want to in the comments, comment. I love fairies, you guys. So if you put down in the comments any little stories of when you thought you saw a fairy or something like that, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. That would make my day. So please do that. Okay, guys. Thanks for coming. Have a blessed anything. This was Pan. Bye, Internet. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your fairy reading. I'm very excited about it. I love fairies. Okay, so you got card number 7, which is the Queen of Hearth and Home. Fun story. I opened up the book to read the the passage for you, and I found this cute little leaf right in the page. I didn't even know it was in there. It was from the last time I did some personal work with this deck. So I don't know what that means, but there's a little leaf for you. A little gift from the universe for this this pile. So I'm gonna read you card number 7, and then we'll get into your reading. So card number 7 is the Queen of Hearth and Home. Welcome, courtesy, and graciousness. She holds the mask of living flame in her hand. This is the eternal hearth fire. In ancient times, people would carry an ember from the hearth they were leaving to their new dwelling place. They carried this link from their past to their future. The Queen of Hearth and Home carries with her the ability to make a home in the moment, in the now, wherever she is. She passes this ability on to you. It is important to be at home in any situation, to create a home when you invite people into your space, whether it's at a table in a restaurant, a desk at work, a seat next to you on the bus or a plane, or even in your own home. The ability to make someone feel welcome when entering your space is a gift indeed. Brian says that he always stands up when singing books. Sorry. I'll start that part over. My cat's being a little jerk. Anyway. Brian says that he always stands up when signing books for people because he feels that he is inviting them into his home, and he wouldn't sit while people were standing in his presence. It is his way of creating a home wherever he is and whenever he interacts with people. When this card appears, remember that you are in the presence of a great queen. She gives you the ability to be gracious and create a home wherever you are, in any relationship. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm actually gonna leave this little leaf out with us because I think it wanted to be here anyway. So that's your first card. It's gonna kind of help us get into the mood of this reading. So, this is my fairy. This is my Mystic Fairy Tarot deck. It's a very beautiful deck. I really like how the figures in each of the suits tell a story. If you put them all out next to each other, they tell a little story. It's really adorable. So, Faye, what would you like to tell group number 2? Okay, we're going to stop there. We're actually going to take these 2 cards, and then we're going to do my split deck thing. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Excellent. So, you guys don't know, but I'm going to say it anyway. I just ended up pulling cards in a totally different way than I normally do. So they must have wanted those specific cards. So that's fun. All right. So this is a spread that I kind of made up from a couple different spreads on Pinterest, but I'm going to call it the fairy ring. So this first card that we're dealing with at the top is called the offering. This is how are you attracting the fae to you. So what card we have is the Lovers. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so what I'm seeing is either you are in a moment of total romance, which, hi, the fairies love romance. They do. That, like, so many of fairy tales in general are romantic. And, yeah, the fae they love romance. So either you personally are experiencing some really romantic energy, or it's coming. Something like this is coming. And if you're not at all interested in a romantic relationship in any way, then the way you're attracting the fae is that you yourself are such a being of love that the fae can't help it. They just want to be around you. You're just such a little beacon of love that they just want to soak it up. They just want to squish you. They are very, like, aggressive affection kind of beings, or what's it called? Cuteness aggression beings. They find something adorable and they're like, I want to squish it. Anyway. So that's your first card. You're super lovable. That's why they're attracted to you, which is very nice. The next card you have is their greeting. This is just a thing that they want to say hi. This is their greeting to you, and they have the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. Now, she is a lady who knows what she wants. She's kind of like a sister card to the Empress, is how I see her. She's not quite as high up the ladder as the Empress, obviously, because she's just a queen. But she is somebody who works really hard for everything she gets and has created an abundance for herself. She is the lady of the house. She's the lady of the manor. She is the one who keeps things in order. She is the one that keeps things in order in the house. Yeah, she's a very homey, earthy energy. So I think their greeting is, hello, you're home, we recognize you. And they already kind of said that already. Like, you might be my pile that already works with the fae, because they have so much love for you already. Like, and they're saying you're the queen of hearth and home. You're the queen of hearth and home twice. Like, is basically what they just said here. So they're very comfortable with you, is what I'm feeling here. Super cute. Anyway, they're very comfortable with you. They feel very safe. They feel very safe around you, which you definitely want the fae feeling safe. They're much kinder when they're feeling safe. So that was their greeting. Hello, queen. Hello, you beautiful queen. This next card is the unseen. What is hidden? Now, fae are very good at seeing what is hidden. And what we have here is the world. Interesting. So the world is all about the completion of cycles. It's the end of a story. It's the period at the end of a sentence. It itself is in existence, like the world. It is there. Ta-da. I did it. Like, it's the end of the creation story, right? Like, after 7 days, ta-da, the earth. Like, yeah. So, the unseen, what is hidden? The end. The end of your story. The end of maybe if you're in the middle of a romantic thing going on, the end is hidden. You're not supposed to know the end. That's the whole thing of being a human, right? We're not given the end. We're not given how how we're going to end, how each day might end, how we're not given the future. We're just not. Because we're supposed to get there. You know what I mean? We're supposed to go on the journey. That's kind of our whole purpose, really, is to go on the journey, to get to the end. But to get there, you have to learn all these things along the way and evolve. And that's beautiful. So that's what is hidden. The next is their message, what they want you to know. Ooh, we have the Chariot. Cool. So the Chariot is about forward momentum. So even though you can't see the end of whatever situation you find yourself in, with the Lovers, perhaps it's a relationship. Perhaps you're like really questioning a relationship of some kind. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be a friendship that you're like, I'm not really sure about this. Even though you can't see the end, the journey is the point. The Chariot is about forward motion. So it's also about, it's about control a little bit. But I think their message for you is they want you to know you're in control of this journey. Like, the end, not knowing the end might scare you. Maybe that's why it's coming up. But you're in control of this journey. Like, if you want it to end now, you could make that happen. You're in control of the journey. But it's going to move you forward no matter what. No matter what you decide is best for you, and whatever comes out of it, you're in control of the journey. It's your decision. You can make it. I like to say that loving somebody is a choice that you make through your actions. So I know I keep going back to love, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about love, but any relationship we have that is close, that there's love there, whether it's a romantic love or not. So what is their message? They need you to know that you are moving forward. You are moving forward. So don't be as concerned about the end. Watch your steps. Watch your forward momentum. Keep going, basically. This next card is the Focus. What do they want you to be aware of? Oh dear. 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is about conflict. I think they want you to be aware that conflict is going to happen. It doesn't matter when or how, it's going to happen. Maybe that's why you're so concerned about the end being hidden. You're like, I don't want this to end badly. I don't want it to end in conflict. But every relationship has conflict. I was listening to a podcast about relationships a bit ago, and they were talking about how every relationship is a U graph. And the top of the U graph is like your honeymoon stage or whatever. You're getting to know each other. It's very exciting. And then it starts to go downhill. Either you drift away or whatever. The bottom of the U is the most important part of the relationship. The conflict, the bottom, where it sucks, that's where the most important conversations happen. That's where you find out if this relationship is worth having. It's where you discover the most about someone. It's where you figure out how to talk to somebody who is not you. It's where you learn the skills of compromise. It's where you learn the skills of saying what you mean. It's the place where it's the hardest that we grow the most. And it's important not to shy away from conflict just because you don't like the conflict, just because you don't want to be in conflict. It's important to not shy away from that. It's important to not shy away from conflict just because you don't want to be in conflict. Those spaces are where we learn the most about each other. Now, you could learn through all this conflict that this is not right for you, that this is not good for you, that this is not healthy for you. It is okay to walk away. Like, yes, please. It is the bottom of the U that determines if the relationship will go back up the rest of the U. So, focus. Don't, focus on creating conflict. That's not what I mean. But focus on the important things that conflict is going to bring up. It's going to show you the values of somebody. It's going to show you the values that you have. You're going to learn about yourself through conflict. It's going to teach you, oh, I thought I was okay with this, but I guess I'm not. I thought I had this boundary. I don't. Or I thought I could handle something I can't. Or I thought I couldn't handle this, and I'm actually totally fine with it. I thought because you didn't believe what I believe, we would never continue to be friends. But that's not as big a deal as I thought, you know? So don't focus on the conflict itself. Focus on the things you learn from this conflict. Focus on working through the conflict. Sometimes the only way out is through. So work it through. Yeah. Okay, so the next card I have here is the obstacles. What is in your way of this connection? It seems to be a connection of some kind. So we have the Three of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. So the Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. It's about building something as a team. In the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you will see three men looking over blueprints and like in a church that's being built. So it's about working together as a team to build something. So how is this an obstacle? You know what I think? I think this card is talking about being too much of a team player. Being such a team player that you end up disappearing as a person. Having so little value in your own words, your own thoughts, that you let other people take the reins. That you let other people control your life and your decisions, or I don't know. And you think you're co-creating with them, but really you're just along for the ride, I guess. You're helping them build what they want, but are they helping you build what you want? That's more of what I'm seeing and hearing is, are the people you're building with helping you build you as well? Do you want to build what you're building? Look at the building you're building, and do you like it? Do you want it? If the answer is no, then I think you figured out your obstacle. And maybe that's why you want to see the end, because you're like, am I going to like it at the end? Because I don't like it right now. And if that's what you're thinking, like, no, you're never going to like it. Like, anyway, sorry. Yeah, what I'm seeing is that maybe there's some codependency on other people. That might be an obstacle. It's because you're such a giving, loving person. You want to make everybody feel at home. So maybe you put your own needs way behind the needs of others. But you need to remember that you're in control. You have the reins. This figure here in the chariot, they have the reins. They are in control. Even though these two birds are like wildly trying to fight the reins. She is tall, she is proud, she is strong. She don't give two fucks. Your needs are just as important as whoever you're trying to create this connection with. You need to feel at home in yourself too. That's really important. That's a really important part of this card, is that she makes home wherever she is because she is at home in herself. Yeah. That might be a big obstacle for you. Maybe you always feel adrift. That's a process. That's a very long process, finding home in yourself. You gotta like you. And you gotta know who you are first to figure out if you like you. It's a whole process. It's a very big, long process. But I'm rooting for you guys. You can do it. You've done so much already. Being the lady of the house. Like, you got this. Okay, next card is the help. This is the help that the Fae could give you. And we have the Three of Wands. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay, so the Three of Wands is about preparation. It's about getting ready for something. So maybe it's this reading. Maybe this reading is giving you a little heads up. You know what else it could be? It could just be that the Fae might drop stuff in your lap to prepare you for this connection in ways that you didn't know are preparing you for something. But it is. It's preparing you for whatever is coming at you. Whatever connection you're trying to make. There's going to be little things thrown in your way that prepare you for perhaps this conflict, perhaps the moving forward. Yeah, I think it's going to be, their help is going to be in the form of little revelations that help you through this process. Yeah. That help you through the journey. Because it's a journey, right? Any relationship is a journey. That's nice. Yeah, so the help is maps, it's charts, it's getting ready to set out on the road or planning. Yeah. That's the help. The help is that they're going to put stuff in your path to help prepare you for the next thing, before you're even thinking about the next thing. Oh, that's sweet. And this last card is their farewell card to you. Oh, that's sweet. Their farewell card to you is the Hermit. The Hermit is the sage. He's the wise sage that's all alone. Doesn't need anybody. He's got a guiding light. He's wise. He's spiritually in line with what he needs to do. I think the message of farewell that they have for you is that you have the wisdom. You have the wisdom. You have the power. You don't need anybody else. You don't need them. You may want them. You may want them to be a part of your life. You may want them to be a part of your life. You may want your life to involve another person, this other person that is you're trying to build a connection with. But you don't need them. You are a sage unto yourself. You are home for yourself. And you can do it. You can do anything. You're the lady of the house. You're the queen of hearth and home. You can make home anywhere with anyone. So consider that. Is this the home you want? Is this relationship something you want? Because you can find other things other places. You can find what you need other places. So here at the bottom of the U, wherever you are in this whole thing, if you find that the conversations are not conversations you want to be having, you're strong enough to be by yourself. You are. You're powerful. Queen of hearth and home. That's lovely. Okay, so I'm also going to shuffle my fairy wisdom oracle for you guys and just see what other messages we have. This deck is, the artwork is by Amy Brown. She's one of my favorite fairy artists. I have a whole book of her art. It's just gorgeous. And I saw this deck and I was like, oh, I must have it. So, fairies, could you give us any parting messages for group number 2? Any parting messages for group number 2 to help them along this journey? That is way too many, but that is one. Any others? Oh, okay, 2. Excellent. So, put this over here, grab the little bookie book. Okay, so the first card you have is number 40, the dandelions. Ooh, so pretty. It's beautiful. And then the second card you have is number 7, too many dragons. Also interesting to note, you have 2 7s because the Queen of Hearth and Home is also card number 7. Crazy, right? The universe, what can I say? So I'm going to read you number 7 first because it's first in the book. So, too many dragons. The keyword is schedules. When life gets you down, it's telling you to make a change. Are you moving in too many directions and taking on too much? Do you enjoy what you're doing? It is time to put things in order. Save some sacred time just for you each day. Step back and prioritize the obligations in your life. Do all the tasks with the spirit of joy. A job done without joy is of no benefit to anyone. Release all the worries into the wind of transformation. It's okay to cast away a few dragons. When you have too many things on your mind, too many directions in which to go, you tend to stress the body. It is important to release from your life things that are not in your best interest. If you are one who is caught in the "if I don't do it, who will" trap, release everything you do not need to do, and you will soon see that others will take up the slack. It may be their lesson they need for their growth. Ask yourself why you hang on to these tasks. Are you trying to be a super person in order to please others? Or because you feel that you have to prove your worth? Or is it your ego telling you that others cannot do the things as well as you can? If it is something you love to do, you will know it is for you. If not, think it over. It is important to remember not to overschedule children. They need time to learn and create on their own, a time for their imagination to flow. It is good to be bored once in a while. Boredom is the time where we get to explore what lies within our minds and discover their potential. Do you remember lying on your back as a child and just staring at the clouds and seeing what pictures you could see in them? This is the vital part of every child's rights, the right to daydream, to just be. Maybe it's time for you to lie in the grass and just stare up into the clouds. Aww. And the little thing at the end just says, pass off some responsibility today. And we're going to read your other one. This is number 40, dandelions. And the key word is perspective. The fairies plant their seeds with great care. They choose the very best ones, then water and nurture them tenderly. The plants grow and the crops come in, and with them they bring more perfect seeds for the next planting. Realize that you project what you think onto yourself, others, and situations. Your thoughts and words are the seeds that you plant. When you make limiting statements, you are actually sending out energy that can affect other people. These are not mere words and thoughts. They have substance and power. Thoughts create reality. Assessing a person or situation in a negative light actually creates that reality. Think what you could create by thinking in a positive light. There is always another way to view reality. What you see as reality may not be what another person sees. People and situations are always deeper than they appear on the surface. Work on seeing the good in all things. Remember, how you perceive something is a reflection of your own emotions, therefore revealing more about you than about the other person or situation upon which you are focused. The situations that come into your life are often those which you expect to happen. Be open to possibilities. The seeds you plant come back to you, so watch what you plant. Use quality seeds. See all the different sides of a situation and work on seeing another person's point of view. What a growing experience this can be for you. And it says, I'll read you the chant too. One side dark, one side light. Which one might I choose tonight? I cast about some fairy dust and call upon those whom I trust. Ancient ones who are protective, show me how to use perspective. So be it. Aww. That was really helpful for you guys, I hope, because it seemed to tie a lot of the things that I was throwing out together. So, that's all I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for coming to this reading and listening and being with the little fae with me. That was so fun. I love doing fae readings. Thank you so much for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, do the little thumbsy uppy thingy. Also, you guys, I love fairies, so if down in the comments you want to like leave me any little stories of when maybe you thought a fairy was messing with you, or that you thought you saw one, or just like cute little games you used to play as kids pretending to be fairies, please do. It would make my day so happy. Okay, so that's it. Thank you so much for coming, reading number 2. I hope you take this message and do something with it. Okay, that's all. This was Pan by group number 2. Hi, group number 3. This is your reading all about the fairies and stuff they want to tell you and things. So, you guys picked, I don't know if you can see this, but you guys picked this beautiful little necklace. It has some, you can't really see it, but I will tell you about it. It's got some mushrooms and a little moon, and it's super cute. And then also, you guys have, actually I'm going to keep this right here. You guys also got the card number 40, which is the Lady of the Leprechauns. And I'm going to read to you this one out of the book before we put out your spread. So this will be kind of like your overarching like idea to keep in mind as we do your reading, okay? So, number 40. I'll leave this here while I'm reading it. The Lady of Leprechauns. Clear sight, foreknowledge, and fairy gifts. Who is the Lady of Leprechauns? To begin to understand this lady, we must look at those whom she protects, the leprechauns themselves. They are tricky beings, sometimes helpful, sometimes misleading, and tellers of tall tales. The leprechaun can be surprised, caught, and very rarely convinced to give up a pot of gold to the lucky captor. It is rare and lucky a person, indeed, who keeps what the leprechaun is forced to give up. If the leprechauns are tricky, their lady is even more so. She holds the gifts of fairy in both hands, the gifts of the knowledge of the future and of clear sight. The crystal ball represents the knowledge of the future. Many of us would give a great deal to know what the future holds, and yet such knowledge can be dangerous. The gift of clear sight may be a wiser choice, for who does not want to see life clearly? The crystal horn is faceted. You may see through only one facet at a time, each giving a different view of the same thing. What to choose? Remember that her gifts are not what they appear to be. Knowledge of the future and clear sight proffered by someone as tricksy as the lady may seem maybe no more than a glittery illusion. If you come upon this lady, think carefully on what you wish for. You may be wiser to thank her and walk away empty-handed. The choice is yours. Ooh, very interesting. So that is your lady. She is very beautiful though. So we're going to be using this deck that I have here, which is the Mystic Fairy Tarot deck. I really love this deck because it has in its suits the cups and the wands and the stones. Anyway, each of the suits has a little story, so it's the same characters throughout the suit, and they tell a little story if you line them all up. So they're a very cute, fun deck, and I really enjoy this one. So today we're doing a reading which I'm calling the Fairy Ring. It's kind of a reading that I pulled together from a couple different sources, but we will take a little journey through fairy together and just see what the fairies have to tell you, okay? I will explain each card as we go along in our journey through fairy, okay? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. So, here we go, you guys. I love working with the fairies. They're very, like your card said, they're very tricksy. But if you treat them well and with caution and just understand that they're tricksy in their little ways and you don't get upset by it, then they're really lovely, childlike, wonderful energy to teach you things. Okay. So the first card we have here, this is the offering. This is how you are attracting the fairies. What attracts the fairies to you? And we have the Knave of Wands. And that in this deck is the Page of Wands. All of the pages are knaves in this deck. So the Page of Wands, now the Page of Wands is all about fiery, childlike passion. It's all about finding that new thing and getting super excited about it, or how you feel when you eat your favorite food, or something like that. Like the childlike wonder of life. That's the energy of the Page of Wands. So how are you attracting the fairy? Oh, you are attracting them by your enthusiasm for life, by the childlike person that you are. Like, your joy for life attracts the fae to you because they also have a joy for life. Even if they're tricksy and they like to see little things go wrong, they joy in it. They joy in every moment. So you're attracting the fae by your exuberance, the fire of life that lives within you. So that's really nice. The second card is their greeting. This is just how they want to say hello to you. And here we have the Seven of Swords. Oh, interesting. Okay, so the Seven of Swords is about a long-standing fight, kind of. So when you see the Seven of Swords, you see the person being attacked by a bunch of... Oh, wait. No, I'm thinking of the Seven of Wands. That's interesting. Hold, please. Okay. All right, back to your reading. Sorry, I just had a total brain fart there. So, the Seven of Swords is actually about caution. It's about taking your time with a decision. It's also about being careful, that there is a lot of... It normally has to do with some kind of betrayal of some kind. There's a lot of thorns, as you can see. There's a lot of thorns wrapped around this figure in this picture. So it's telling you to be cautious where you step. And anywhere she moves, she could get scraped by one of these thorns. It's telling you to be cautious where you step. You could solve one problem and find that you've made many more problems if you don't think through every one of your moves right now. And I'm not saying overthink, because I fall into that trap a lot. It's not about overthinking. It's about being cautious and not taking everything at face value, which is very fairy, very fae in its own way, because you should never take anything at face value in the fae. And it's very interesting because it's very this Lady of Leprechauns energy as well. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you put forth. So that's their greeting to you. So if that's their greeting to you, I think they're saying that your exuberance at life, it's what's drawing them to you, but it's also might be getting you into a couple sticky situations. They want you to be cautious because they don't want to see that beautiful light be snuffed. They want you to be wise, wiser than a page. Yeah, so they're saying, hello, careful, careful. You're very fun to watch, but just be careful. Okay, so number 3 is the unseen. So what is hidden from you? And you have the 3 of Cups. Oh, very interesting. So the 3 of Cups, what is hidden from you? There are allies. Allies and people who care about you that perhaps you have not thought of in a long time, or maybe ones that have not voiced that they support you, but are still there. They're silent friends that are pushing for you in ways unseen. Maybe it's somebody at work that has noticed how hard you work and has quietly let other people know that you're somebody to watch. You know, that kind of energy. It's the quiet, behind the scenes turning of wheels that brings people together, if that makes sense. I feel like what's hidden is there's a group of people that have your interest in mind. And the 3 of Cups is very, I pour into you, you pour into me kind of a thing. So with also all of these messages of caution and be careful what you wish for and things like that, there might be a warning here with this friendship or with this hidden favor energy. It might be saying these hidden, they might be saying there's some things going on behind the scenes in your friend group that you're not seeing that you need to start paying attention to and being aware of. It could be negative, it could be positive. I'm not quite sure yet, just because there's only 3 cards on the table. I think that this could either be talking about somebody who has your back secretly that you're not sure of, or it could be there are people working together behind your back, and with this overabundance of caution that Faye is trying to tell you about. Maybe it's a group that you want to keep your distance from. I know those are 2 very different messages, but I feel like they're both relevant to different people that are watching. So take their advice and be cautious. And if somebody is doing something good for you behind your back, also think about what they will ask of you in return. Because in the Fae energy, that's normally how they work, is if I do something for you, you do something for me, or there's not a balance. And if the Fae are telling you about a hidden thing, there's probably a secret price to whatever situation this is. There's probably a hidden price that you're not seeing yet. Interesting. Okay, so the next card, number 4, this is the message. This is what the fairies want you to know. And this is their message. They have the 4 of Wands. Ooh, interesting. So the 4 of Wands is actually the celebration card. Normally it depicts a wedding. In this card, it depicts these two boy fairies are receiving an egg from the girl fairy. So it seems to be a celebration of maybe somebody's birthday or something like that. So, a celebration, Four of Wands. That's very cool. So, what they want you to know is, even though you have to be a little cautious right now, there's something in the works for you. Something that's gonna be good enough to celebrate. Something you'll want to celebrate. Even in the midst of your caution, even in the midst of some perhaps dubious situations, there's still something worth celebrating. Maybe it's the wisdom that you will get out of this situation. Maybe it's, hi group number 3, not really sure where I left off, so I'm just gonna start here. So, what I'm thinking this celebration could be talking about could be that whoever is talking up behind your back could actually lead to a moment that requires celebration, like a promotion, or I don't know, they talked you up to their best friend and now their best friend wants to date you. I don't know, something fun. So that leads to a celebration. It could also be talking about how, even though you're in this moment of caution, in this moment of weighing your decisions before you make them, and being careful what you wish for, because maybe all your wishes will come true. Being in that energy, I think they're also trying to tell you to celebrate every little moment that's good, every little step forward, even though some decisions may feel laborious. At least you're making the decision, and making the decision is worth celebrating. Or, yeah, actually I think that's more what it is. It's about celebrating the little moments, the little victories that perhaps wouldn't be a big deal to other people, but you're the Page of Wands. Like, everything is exciting to you. Give into that energy. Be grateful. Be the little bubble of joy that is just so happy that this one little thing happened today. You know what I mean? Find the joy in the treacherous path. Find the rose among the thorns. Aw, that was cheesy and I liked it. Okay, so card number 5 is, this is the focus of your reading, what the fairies would like you to be aware of. And here we have the 6 of Swords. Okay, so the 6 of Swords is about leaving behind things that are no longer serving you. It's about leaving behind the muddy, murky waters for clearer waters. It's about taking a journey to something greater beyond. In this image, beyond them is a castle. It's hard to see it in this. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it, but in it, there's like a castle way back there that they're both looking at. So they're leaving from the viewer's perspective, they're completely leaving you alone to go to this better place. So I think the focus they want you to have is to identify those things that are hurting you, are not helping you grow, are toxic, are keeping you in the dark, are making you feel like you should stay in the dark. To go to the brighter light, to leave some things behind so that you are lighter for your journey towards the brighter future that you undoubtedly can see, because you are the Page of Wands. You have that childlike wonder. There's something bigger. There's something better. And the message is that there is one. There's a celebration out there for you. So focus on spring cleaning, basically. It's spring cleaning. Focus on where you're giving your energy, who you're giving your energy to. And decide if those things are worth your energy. Like, for instance, I'm a big worrier. So I've started to ask the question of my thoughts, is this helpful to me in this moment? And if it's not, to like let it go. If I'm worrying about something that's not going to occur for 3 months, but I have a bunch of things I need to get done tomorrow, worrying about that thing that's going to happen 3 months from now is not helpful to me and will not help me get anything done. It will only slow down my brain. It will only clog up the gears. So I have to let it go so I can make space for the things that are really important, that I really need to get done, that I really need to focus on, that I need to give energy to, that will help me grow, that will help me create a better life for myself. See? So that's what I'm saying here about leaving things behind. I'm not saying toss people away willy-nilly. It's not what I'm saying. Saying do what is good for you and, do some spring cleaning. Spring cleaning. Okay. I think we've gone through that card quite enough. All right. So, card number 6 are the obstacles you're going to face. And here we have the 3 of Swords. Ooh, that one hurts. Okay. So, yeah, the obstacles you are going to face on this journey of spring cleaning, of being cautious with your decisions, there is going to be heartbreak along this journey. Here in the center of this image, there are 2 fairies crying over a dead rose. Yeah, 3 Swords is just the heartbreak card, guys. There's not a lot more to say other than it's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. Spring cleaning is always hard. I try my best to get rid of things, and it's very hard. I've definitely cried over getting rid of a sweater before, you guys. So getting rid of other things that are maybe more important than a sweater, yeah, that can be heartbreaking. It can really shake your world sometimes. And it's gonna take a lot of bravery and a lot of looking at things from your childish point of view of things will get better. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. All that stuff. That's what's gonna get you through this heartbreak. And there is a celebration. This 4 of Wands is here. There is something to celebrate, even though it is heartbreaking to go through this process of spring cleaning, even though it is maybe heartbreaking to be able to see your future. Like if you can see the writing on the wall for anything that's happening, like maybe it's a job and you're like, well, I need to quit this job. It's not good for me. It still hurts to give up that job. That grief is still real. It's, even if you know that it's gonna be good for you in the end, it still hurts a little. And that road is very hard, and I feel for you. I do. That sucks. But let's go on to the next card, which is the help that the fairy can give you. Oh, wow. We have the Queen of Wands, guys. Wow, you're going to go from page to a queen. Damn. Talk about evolution. So, yeah, what can the Fae do for you and in their help? Well, they already see you as the Page of Wands. They see that joy, that spark, that passion for life. They see that in you, and they can amplify it. They can make it stronger. They can make it braver. They can make it more focused. The Queen of Wands is certainly more focused in her passion, in her drive, in her ability to take that passion and turn it into something. She is a creator. She is a magic maker. She's in in the tarot that in traditional tarot, she's kind of like the queen of witches. She has a cat, she has a wand, she's the queen of witches. So she is a master at making something out of nothing, out of just pure hard work and passion. She is the light of life. She is she is the one that takes all of the great passions and forms them into something worth giving the world. So yeah, that's the help they can give you. They can take your nature, how you are naturally, who you are naturally, and amplify it to make you more powerful, more direct, more focused, to be able to create for yourself this castle, this celebration, the bright light ahead of you for yourself. Because self-love is not just bubble baths and, a nice meal. It's also doing your taxes. It's also, getting your affairs in order so that your next credit card payment isn't so hard, or so that the car that you have lasts for as long as you need it to because you're taking care of it. These practical things are another way we can self-care and take care of ourselves, because we are ensuring that our tomorrow will be better, that our future will have hope and light, and we will have somewhere to go. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so the last card we have is the farewell from the fairies. Aww, we have the Six of Wands. Oh my gosh, this is the cutest Six of Wands. I don't know if you can see it. So the Six of Wands has a tiny little baby dragon being born. Oh, I don't know if you can see it, but it's so cute. It's the cutest thing. Now, the other boy in the picture is definitely jealous over this one who's holding the baby dragon. I'm gonna go by the image. So the Six of Wands, this Six of Wands is talking about victory. That's right. This card is about victory. There is a little bit of jealousy here, I'm seeing, just because of how the fairies are drawn. But there is some jealousy. It might be from this group that we were talking about earlier that are kind of hidden in the shadows. It could be that there's still some jealousy around you. But the Six of Wands is about a victory. It is about, in the original tarot, the knight is parading through the streets, having a victorious parade. So, I believe this Six of Wands is saying that even through all of this, even despite some people's jealousy, even despite having to be careful and having some grief in this moment right now, you're gonna be okay, bud. You're gonna be okay. That's the message from this farewell, is you're still the Page of Wands. You're still that joyous light in people's lives. And as long as you remember that and stay true to yourself that way, you're definitely going to be okay. It's all going to turn out fine. It might suck for a while, but if you do harness that beautiful passion that you have, and you harness it and focus it and breathe it out, breathe it in, really focus on your future and making steps for yourself, you are going to be okay. You are. You can do this. You got this. Keep your feet on the path. Don't wish for impossibilities, but believe that you will have this beautiful celebration that is here in your cards. That's beautiful. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do for you guys is I have this other deck, which I very much like. Oops. And it is called the Fairy Wisdom Oracle. It is gorgeous. Anyway, I actually have a whole book of this artist's fairy artwork because I love it so much. It's a beautiful coffee table book. So pretty. Anyway, this deck is an oracle deck, and we're just going to shuffle it and see what other final farewell messages the Fae have for you before we part. Before we break the circle. Alright, let's see. Fairies, do you have any other, any other messages for pile number 3, please? Maybe about this caution, or what they should expect, or how they can get to this beautiful victory that you have said is coming for them. Any parting advice from you guys would be great. Parting advice? Hello? Oh, that one. Any more? No? You know what, you guys? I feel like you have one more message besides this one, but I don't think it's from this deck. I think we're going to get one more from this deck, which is my other Heart of Fairy Oracle. I feel like you have one more message, and it's from this deck. So we're just going to see if there's any messages from Fae from this deck. Oh, that one? Yeah, okay. So, we have 2 parting cards for you. The first one is number 25, and this is the oldest fairy. He is super cute. I will read him for you in just a minute. And then we also have number 23. Oh wow, 25 and 23. So we have 23, the Heartless Love, from this other deck. So first I will read the Fairy Wisdom Oracle, which is number 25. Real quick. 25. All right. The oldest fairy. Excuse me. The oldest fairy. Keyword, timelessness. Too often we view old age as a time of decline and illness, but aging has more to do with our belief systems than it has to do with the passing of time. Release all preconceived ideas of what getting older means. Keep busy, learn everything you can. Do things you like to do. Challenge yourself. Do not put limits on yourself due to age. Look at the oldest fairy. He is hundreds of years old and still going strong. All the younger fairies come to him, so he can share all the knowledge he has gained over the years. With age comes wisdom to those who choose to use their time on earth in a constructive way. So keep on living and learning and taking good care of yourself. The little ones need to have you around to tell them old tales and to guide their fresh young minds. Every person is useful down to their last moment on earth, for even in the last moment, one can impart wisdom. Visualize, speak, and think positively of your marvelous body. It birthed you into this world. It will birth you into the next when the time is right. It gives you pleasure in different forms and helps you learn what you came on earth to learn. Divine Spirit expresses itself through your body. If you choose this card today, it may indicate that you need to spend some time with the elderly, either working with them or listening to them. If there are elders with great stories to tell, Tape those stories now while they're still able to be captured. Make sure all that wisdom is not lost. Every person has a story and a lesson to impart. And their little message at the end is avoid clocks today. Right, so that's the message of the oldest fairy. And this other message we have is number 23, which is the heartless love. The heartless love, abandonment, heartbreak, false expectations. When we think of fairy, we often think of joy, beauty, healing, love, but sometimes the concept of love, especially physical love or heart connection, is not what we wish it to be. Fairies have a fascination for humans, just as we have a fascination for fairies. They do not always understand what our hearts need. To love a fairy can be a dangerous thing. They can appear to our sensibilities to be heartless or non-caring about relationships. They love and leave, walking away from entanglement, while the one left behind feels abandoned or bereft. They don't understand that they could be the cause of the heartbreak, or if they do understand, they don't care. People often wish for a fairy lover, but it isn't always a wise wish. If the heartless love turns up in a reading, look at your own relationships. Are you the heartless love? Is the person you're involved with taking on that role? Where is the energy of your relationship going? Perhaps a bit of human compassion is needed. That's very poignant with this watch your back kind of energy that we have going on in your reading. So yeah, and the look at what you need to leave behind message that we got from the fairies. So yeah, evaluate the things in your life that might need some changing. Love yourself no matter how old you are. Remember that you have so much to give, to learn, continue to learn. And yeah, that's very Page of Wands energy. Like, no matter what age, keep learning. Keep having the passion and seeing the glory of life. Okay. Wow, thank you, you guys. So this is all I'm seeing for you guys, group number 3. Thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, subscribe. Push the little thumbs up-y thingy. Yeah, thank you so much for being here with me, you guys. Fun fact, fun story. You got 4 out of 8 cards are wands, which is crazy. You must have a lot of fire energy in you. Also, the fun story is that the wands in this deck have mushrooms as their background, and you had this beautiful little mushroom necklace that was so cute the whole time. So, just, you know, spirit in the universe lining stuff up for you guys. Just signs. Oh yeah, pay attention to signs, guys. Anyway, I hope you have a great, blessed time wherever you are. I hope you get through this hard time. And remember that there are people, there are forces out there that are rooting for you, that want to see you succeed. And you should want to see yourself succeed too. So thank you so much for being here, group number 3. I'll see you next reading. Bye. Hi, group number 4. This is your reading. You had this beautiful little lily pad ring, which I hope you can see, sort of. Well, it's a beautiful lily pad ring. Anyway, you got the lily pad ring, and then you also in your reading had the 22 card, the Maiden, which is a beautiful card. Also, it has a angel number, or a double number, which is normally significant, 22. So, the Maiden, this is going to be like the card to keep in mind for your whole reading. It's kind of like the point of view that the reading might take. So, here we go. The Maiden, first love, wonder, endless possibilities. Always in that magic state between girlhood and womanhood, the maiden lives in the place where everything is possible. Love and romance are her lifeblood, and where she walks in fairy, romance blossoms, and love flowers in her wake. The honey sweetness of first love is always on her breath. No matter what our age or sex, we must honor the maiden and acknowledge her in our lives and relationships. It is important to remember how we felt when we first became aware of romantic love. Whether through our own experiences or through books or films, whatever portrayed that first awakening for us, we become jaded with time and experience. We lock our young emotions away and forget about them. It is important to remember those emotions every once in a while. They will not always be happy memories. First love can be very painful, but even the pain of a first love is very different from what we feel as more experienced travelers in the realms of romance. When the maiden appears, take the time to remember how you felt when you first fell in love. You can't go back, but you can remember. And take some of that wonder and sense of endless possibility with you on your continuing journey. Aw, that's beautiful. I love love, so I'll love that card. All right, so this is the maiden. Okay, so now we're going to begin our journey through fairy. So we're going to do this little reading that I'm going to call the fairy ring. It's a little one I made up from a couple different sources, mostly on Pinterest. Guys, Pinterest is full of tarot spreads. If you're like, I don't know what kind of spread to do, look up just tarot spreads on Pinterest. You have so many. So, okay. This deck I am using is called the Mystic Fairy Tarot. It is super cute because each of the suits, like the swords and the wands, they have the same figures in all of the numbers, and they tell like a story. If you put like if you put like 2 through 9 or 10, like all out, it would tell a story. So I really like this deck especially for understanding the journey of the cards. So let's see what fairy has for you, group number 4. I'm excited. Okay, 1. So I am going to tell you what each card means and flip them over as we go around the circle into fairy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Deck. We're going to put you over here. Okay. So, oh boy. I love fairy cards, you guys. They're tricksy and fun, and I like them. Okay. So, first card, this is the offering. This card is going to tell me how you are attracting the fae into your life. So here we have the 4 of Wands. Interesting, I just had the 4 of Wands in reading number 3. So the 4 of Wands is about celebration. It's about either a little celebration or a big one. It really doesn't matter. It's about something new and exciting. So normally it depicts a wedding. In this, it's depicting this female fairy giving these 2 male fairies the gift of a dragon egg, which you find out later in the cards that it is a dragon. But so this is a celebration of a new pet, or whatever. I'm not sure if dragons are pets in this little universe of these cards, but anyway. So, celebration. You are attracting the fae because either you are celebrating something exciting soon, like maybe an engagement, or maybe you're graduating college or high school, or maybe there's just going to be some event that's worth celebrating. So Fae love a party. They love a party. They're infamous for parties. So if you're going to celebrate something, or even if it's just you're celebrating yourself, Fae love a good celebration. So that's how you're inviting them into your life. You're excited about some kind of celebration, or you're anticipating some sort of celebration, or you want to have a celebration, something like that. Yeah, so that's how you're bringing in the Fae. Let's see what the greeting from the Fae is. This next card, and you have the Lovers card. I love the Lovers card. It's a very sexy Lovers card. So their greeting to you is hello, intimate friend, is what I'm hearing. Maybe you guys work with the Fae yourselves a little bit. Maybe that's why you were attracted to my channel a little bit. The Fae recognize you as a partner, as somebody who recognizes them and sees them as they are and doesn't expect anything more than that. The Lovers is a true partnership. It's a true give and take. So it's an equal partnership of love and trust. So their greeting to you is hello, loved and trusted friend, which is beautiful. Wow, you guys already have the blessing of the Fae in your second card. You guys must be really cool. So, card number 3 is the unseen. This is a thing that you don't see that the Fae see. And we have here the 4 of Pentacles. Interesting. So the 4 of Pentacles is about, I don't want to say stinginess, but kind of stinginess. It's about protecting what you have because you're afraid it's going to be taken away. You're afraid it is, like in this image, you can see that the rat is actually trying to take away her harvest, and she's not quite paying attention. So it is actually getting stolen in this particular image. But normally the person in the image is holding on so tightly to the wealth that they have accumulated that they can't move. Like he has 1 foot on each pentacle, and then another one like grasped in his arms, and the other one on his head. So he can't move. He's stuck because he's protecting what's his because he's afraid it's going to be taken away. Very Scrooge energy of like, what's mine is mine kind of a thing. So maybe you have been very protective, maybe not of, it could be not just material things. It could be protective of your energy or your emotions or your time. Maybe you've been a little bit stingy with it. Maybe you've been protecting yourself a little bit too much when if you did give up your time to that friend, you would have an interesting evening. Or if you did give into your emotions a little bit more, you'd have a deeper connection with somebody that you don't have yet. Or if you let go of a little bit of money, you could see a return on your investment that you weren't expecting. So I think the Fae are saying you've been a little tight around the edges. You've been a little cautious, a little overly cautious, a little afraid. Maybe it's time to loosen up a little bit. You've been a little, they want to poke you and be like, do something. Fairies, they love poking things. So that makes sense. All right. the next card is their message for you, what they want you to know. And this is, we have the King of Wands. Ooh. I love the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is very masculine, very passionate energy. King of Wands would be an excellent lover if anybody's curious. So the King of Wands, he is the master of his passion. He doesn't allow the excitement of a passion to overwhelm him. Instead, he uses it and crafts it very carefully to create the world that he would like to have. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a fire twirler at like a Renaissance fair or anything like that, but it's incredible to watch them use such a wild element in such a precise way, and a master at it makes it look like they are sculpting the fire with their hands, with their body, and that the fire listens to them. Obviously, they have taken lots of time to craft this dance with fire to make it look like they are in control of this element, and they are to an extent. But they have cultivated this skill with learning and patience and practice. The king is the ultimate expression of masculine passion and fortitude and power. So what do they want you to know about this? I think they want you to know that you are this. This is you. You don't have to be stingy about your gifts. You don't have to be you don't have to hide them and hold them to yourself, because you are more in control, more of a master than you give yourself credit for. They want you to know that you harness the power within you to create abundance, to create what you want to see in the world. And because you have this power, you shouldn't hide it under a bushel. That's so cheesy, but you shouldn't be stingy about it. The king is not stingy. He is cautious, but he is practicedly cautious. He knows where the fire will burn him. He knows how hard it will hurt. He knows where to move the fire so it will not hurt him. And these are the skills that you have, but perhaps have not been utilizing because instead you've been hiding your gifts or hiding your abilities or not giving yourself enough credit to use your abilities the way that the Fae can see is in you. Yeah. Connecting to this, the Maiden card, first love, that passion of first love, remembering that passion. Maybe you've been there's a lot of the lovers in Maiden, romance, passion. Okay, so I'm seeing a connection here of love, right? So they see you as a lover, they see you as somebody who loves maybe not just the Fae, but everything. But they say that you've been hiding it. You've been holding back. You've been not busting forth with the love that you have. Perhaps this first love is painful, was painful. Perhaps that has tainted how you approach love. But they're reminding you that you are the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the master of passion, the master of love, the the master of love. You have learned from these painful experiences. Although they were painful and you hid yourself because of them, you are still the master. If you come out of hiding, you will not be hurt in the way that you expect, because you will be able to take those experiences and craft them into something beautiful for yourself. That is a lovely message. I'm going with that one. So that's that card. Whew, that was a lot. Okay, so, and then number 5, this card is about the focus, what they want you to be aware of. And here we have the Two of Wands. Cool, interesting. The Two of Wands is about deciding, kind of being stuck in the middle, making alliances, making plans, making alliances, deciding what side of the fence you're going to be on, kind of. It's normally somebody between two wands, but this image, you see these two fae boys making a pact of some kind, making an agreement, making an alliance. So I'm going to go with the card here and say what they want you to be aware of is that there's some kind of agreement or pact or decision to enter into those things that is approaching you. And I think that they want you to focus on if this will be good for you, if this agreement is worth your time, is worth your investment. You are the King of Wands, so look at it as though you were a king. Is this going to be to my highest good? Is this going to improve me and my life? Maybe that sounds selfish, but we can own improving our life, our personal life, helps all of the people around us, because if we are in a better position for ourselves, in a better mental state, in a better financial state, in a healthy, happy home, we can give better to the people around us. If those things are out of balance, we can't hold ourselves up. So how are we supposed to hold up anybody else? See what I mean? So, I'm seeing the focus, what they want you to be aware of is that there are partnerships out there for you. There are agreements that could benefit you. But I think they want you to look at them closely, because both of these boys look real mischievous in this in this image, and I feel like they're trying to say that every relationship has its ups and downs, has pros and cons, has a set of agreements that when you enter into it, you agree to do those things. And they should be evaluated before you make a decision. Just like a contract. If you're going to enter into a contract with a company or something, you need to read it or have somebody else read it who is smarter than you to see and understand what legalities you are agreeing to before you agree and then make a mistake and then do something that's outside of the agreement, right? That's just common sense. So I think they're saying, be aware of the alliances you are making, be aware of the agreements, be aware of all of the things that you are agreeing to by entering into a relationship with whoever this is. Weigh the pros and cons. Don't just blindly rush into anything. Yes, they want you to embrace your passionate side. They want you to embrace this feeling of first love, but they also want you to be aware because you are the King of Wands. Be aware. That's all. Yeah. Okay. The next card we have here are the obstacles you are going to face. And here we have the Five of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. So the Five of Pentacles is about, normally it's about financial loss. But it could be, it's just a feeling of lack, a feeling of not having enough. So this thing that you've been protecting, whether it's love or finances or anything, when you start loosening your grip a little bit, you might start to feel like you're losing control. Like, oh no, there's a little bit less in my pot than there was because I gave away some of it to somebody. So now I have nothing. I don't think that's what is true, though. I think that you have more than what you think you do, and this lack mentality that you have is an illusion. It is because you haven't given yourself the freedom for so long, anything that is free feels dangerous. Do you understand what I mean? Like, so let's say there's a horse who's been kept in a barn its whole life, right? If you release that horse out into a pasture, it's going to get real excited and it's going to run around for a little while, but then it's going to go right back in the barn because the barn has been its home for its whole life and it feels safe there, right? So there might be some feeling of, yay, I'm free. Oh, fuck, this is scary. I'm going back to what I know, right? So I think what they're trying to say is that is an obstacle for you. It's going to be a challenge for you to not go back to the safety and security you felt when you were holding on to all of the things. Because I think it'll be better for you to expand and let your light shine in places you didn't let it shine before. You're going to find more abundance by letting loose and giving of yourself. But it's going to feel scary at first. You're going to feel like, oh no, what have I done? But just hold on a little bit longer, because then the feeling of that first love, the joy, the passion, the excitement, that's going to renew as well. You just have to get past the fear of letting go. Yeah, the fear of letting go. That's what this is. Okay, so what is the help that fairy can give you? We have, oh, this is cute. We have the Hanged Man, the Hanged Fae. Adorbs. So what is the help that the fairy can give you? They can give you a change in perspective. The Hanged Man is all about change in perspective. It's showing you something that you didn't see that way before. They can help open your eyes to a situation, to this situation of you holding on to something, and show you the glory of letting go, the joy, the freedom of letting go. It's gonna feel a little scary because you're hanging upside down and you don't quite see everything the way you're used to seeing it. But that's gonna be really good for you because you've been stuck in looking at something this way for so long that you've forgotten that you're the King of Wands. And it's time for you to reclaim your crown. It's time for you to be silly, look at things differently, and accept the help of this different perspective. Like, maybe it's weird and scary to see this upside down, but hey, that's a thing I've never noticed before. Or, oh, this is a totally different way in which I could approach this. Yeah. They can give you a whole new perspective, a whole new point of view, a whole new way to look at your situation. Because you've been stuck for a minute in this stingy energy, and you can't really be stingy when you're upside down because your pockets are all upside down, so all of this stuff falls out of your pockets. So that's what I'm seeing there and hearing. So, okay, so the last card we have here is the Farewell from the Fairies, and here we have the Six of Cups. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so the Six of Cups is about old friends. It's about the returning of old friends. And they greeted you as love. Hi, love. Hello, sweetheart. That's how they greeted you. They're saying goodbye as a goodbye, old friend. It was great seeing you. We love seeing you here. That's so sweet. They like you. They just like you. Aww. So you're welcome back, it seems to me, because the Six of Wands Six of Cups is about old friends returning. So they're saying goodbye for now. We'll see you around. Please come visit us. Yeah, that's so sweet. They want to see you again. They want to work with you. That's adorable. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do for you guys is I have this one other fairy oracle deck. It's the Fairy Wisdom Oracle. It's beautiful. The artist, Amy Brown. I have a whole book of her artwork because I love her fairies so much. So I bought this deck because I was obsessed. So here we go. This is going to be your last parting message from the Fae. We're just going to see what messages they have for you. And then your reading will be over. This was a really cute reading, you guys. Okay, so here we go. Fae, what last messages do you have for your dear old friend? Pile number 4. What is your message for your dear old friend? Pile number 4. Your love, your sweet love. Oh, there's one. Let's see if there's any others. Oh my. They really are talking to you loud. That's so cute. Well, we have such cute cards, you guys. Okay, so we got number 32, which is the Magic Frog. It's really cute. And then we also have 55, which is Thinking of You. Aww. Man, maybe you guys were Fae in a former life because they really recognize you. That's really cute. All right, so I'm going to read you these 2 out of the book real quick. All right, so 32 is 32, Magic Frog. Keyword child. Frog fairies know how to be childlike. They encourage innocence and imagination and make us believe in miracles. If you have drawn this card, you are being asked to pay attention to the small child part of you. Nurture her with playfulness and kind words. Praise her accomplishments. Let her splash in mud puddles or sing a silly song. Let her giggle. Help her find magic in everything she sees. Lay off work for a bit and take time for joyful fun. If you've forgotten how to play, then ask a fairy or a small child to help you remember. They know what to do and will guide you every step of the way. Keep an open heart. Fairies and small children have open hearts. Believe. Visualize yourself holding your small self in your arms and rocking and singing her a lovely lullaby. Tell her how much she is loved and how special she is. Feel your hearts connecting as one as the child snuggles up against your chest. Visualize the healing of all tears and wounds as that energy just dissipates and the void is filled with loving energy. Now the child is ready to play. Hop to it. And your chant is, I am the child within is me. Together we can once again begin to live and dream. We play beside a wishing well. We run along the reeds. We cast about our eyes to see beyond the troubled seas. No longer do we sit and mope about what could have been. Today we reach for stars and shout, for we are on the mend. So be it. Have a pillow fight with a friend. Aw. You guys, that's really sweet. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched my inner child video, you guys might want to watch one of those. Because it's all about healing our inner children, and I know a lot of us have a lot of child wounds. Anyway, I'm feeling for you guys. That was beautiful. All right. Your second card is 55, thinking of you. Keyword, synchronicity. Have you ever been thinking of someone just as the phone rings, only to find that they are the ones calling you? Life presents so many such examples of synchronicity to us. There is no such thing as coincidence. Everything happens for a reason, and synchronicity happens more often than we are strongly grounded with. Let me read that sentence again. Everything happens for a reason, and synchronicity happens more often when we are strongly grounded within ourselves. When well grounded, we have a strong connection to everything in our universe. These connections help to put us in the right place at the right time. Our intuition is heightened, and things fall into place so much easier. We flow into the universal life force instead of fighting it. Therefore, everything comes to us naturally and more easily. Life is much more enjoyable and efficient too. Work on bringing more synchronicity into your life. If life feels frantic, stop, breathe, and center yourself. Find the place of peace within. Ask for help from the elementals. They know about peace and balance. This allows you to make better choices of your words and actions. The more you practice this balance, the more synchronicity has a chance to work in your life, to put you exactly where you need to be. And the perfect divine time. Sense the rhythm of the earth and synchronize your breathing to it. The earth's pulse is your pulse. The earth's breath is your breath. All is one. You move smoothly on your life's journey. And this chant is, created in the light, grounded in the stone, I ask synchronicity here to be shown. I call on the powers of timing and place. I bring in the balance of divine grace. So be it. Let someone know you're thinking about them today. Aw, that's so sweet. Well, the fairies were definitely thinking about you today. So I hope that brings you a little joy in your day. Anyway, thank you so much for being here for this reading, you guys. I really enjoyed doing it. I love fairies, so I had a great time. Please like and comment and subscribe. I love fairies, so if you comment down in the comments about some time you thought you saw a fairy or somebody else's story of when they saw a fairy or just anything. I love fairy stories. So yeah, just write down in the comments your pile and what it brought up for you guys. I hope you have a lovely day or night or whatever, and I hope you're blessed, and I hope you see a little fairy or two. Okay, bye you guys. This is Pan. Bye.